The Galactic Council had a saying, never trust a species that smiles before battle. Nobody told us that until it was far, far too late. My name is Vekrin, third adjunct to the High Command of the Morlaxian Empire, and I was there when we made the worst mistake in our 4,000-year history. I watched it happen. I even laughed about it. We all did. The human delegation arrived on a Tuesday, which is ironic because Tuesdays were considered lucky in Morlaxian culture. Their ship was small, almost insultingly so. A single frigate against our battle station that housed 6 million souls and enough firepower to crack a moon in half. They requested docking permission with such politeness, such calm formality, that Admiral Threxis actually snorted his drinking fluid through his secondary nostrils. Look at them, he wheezed, wiping the purple liquid from his face. One ship. One tiny, pathetic ship. The human ambassador was a woman named Commander Reeves. Average height for her species, dark hair pulled back in what they called a ponytail, and eyes that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. She wore a simple grey uniform with exactly 3 medals on her chest. 3. Our lowest-ranking officers wore more decorations than that. She stood before the Council of 7, surrounded by the most powerful beings in 3 spiral arms, and she did not bow. She did not tremble. She simply waited. Speak your purpose, human, Councillor Vexera commanded, her 6 wings spreading in a display of dominance. Reeves smiled. Not a big smile, just a small quirk of her lips that somehow made the temperature in the chamber feel colder. We come with a simple request, she said, her voice carrying perfectly in the vast space without any artificial enhancement. Your mining operations in the Kelter system are destroying inhabited worlds. We ask that you cease immediately and enter negotiations for reparations. Threxis laughed. Actually laughed, a booming sound that echoed off the crystalline walls. Soon, others joined him. I did too, I am ashamed to admit. You ask. Vexera leaned forward. You, a species that has barely left your own star system, ask us to abandon one of our most profitable mining sectors? Yes, Reeves said simply. And if we refuse? That smile again. Then we will make you. The laughter that followed was deafening. Make us. Them. The humans who had only achieved faster than light travel 60 years ago. The species that still used chemical propellants in some of their weapons. The civilization that numbered barely 11 billion across 4 colonies. We had trillions. We had weapons that could sterilize entire planets from orbit. We had conquered 47 species and absorbed them into our empire. We were unstoppable. Or so we thought. Reeves let us laugh. She stood there, hands clasped behind her back, and waited for the noise to die down. When it finally did, she spoke again. You have 72 hours to comply. After that, we will consider it a declaration of war. Vexera's wings flared crimson with rage. You dare threaten us? Security. Remove this creature from my sight. But Reeves was already turning to leave. She paused at the doorway, looked back over her shoulder, and said something that I will never forget. We really hoped you would choose peace. Then she was gone. Threxis deployed the 3rd Fleet the next day. 50,000 warships, the pride of our military, sent to crush the human homeworld and teach them the price of arrogance. I watched from the command center as they jumped into human space, confident and ready. The first distress signal came 18 minutes later. This is battlecruiser dominant. We are under attack. Repeat, we are under heavy attack. They are everywhere. They are in the asteroids. They are in the debris fields. They are, oh gods, they are inside our ships. How did they get inside our? Static. Then another signal. Fleet Command, this is Carrier Group 7, requesting immediate reinforcement. They are not engaging directly, they are using. I do not even know what to call these tactics. They are more static. Within 6 hours, the 3rd Fleet was gone. Not defeated. Not scattered. Gone. 50,000 ships reduced to expanding clouds of superheated gas and twisted metal. The council emergency session that followed was chaos incarnate. Everyone screaming, demanding explanations, accusing the military of incompetence. Threxis, normally so confident, looked like he had aged a century. They knew, he whispered. They knew exactly where every ship would be, exactly what formations we would use, exactly what tactics we would employ. It was not a battle. It was an execution. Impossible. Vexera shrieked. Send the second fleet. Send all our fleets. But I was watching the tactical displays, watching the reports coming in from our listening posts along the border. The humans were not massing their forces for an invasion. They were not celebrating their victory. They were simply waiting, those 11 billion souls spread across 5 worlds, waiting to see what we would do next. And I realized something that made my blood turn to ice. They had sent one ambassador to deliver one warning because they only needed one. We should have listened. The second fleet lasted 4 days. The first fleet, our most elite fighting force, the personal armada of the Emperor himself, made it almost a week before the last transmission cut out mid-scream. I stopped sleeping after that. Could not close my eyes without seeing those tactical displays, watching our ships blink out of existence one by one, like candles being snuffed by an invisible hand. The worst part? We still had not seen their main battle fleet. Not once. Where are they? Vexera demanded during yet another emergency council session. Her wings had lost their color, turned a sickly gray that matched her face. Where are their dreadnoughts? Their carriers? Their battle stations? Nobody had an answer. The humans were fighting us with frigates, destroyers, and what appeared to be civilian mining vessels retrofitted with weapons that should not have worked but somehow did. They attacked from angles that should not have existed, using physics our scientists swore was impossible, and every single time we adapted to their tactics, they changed them. It was Councillor Draxis, the oldest member, who finally said what we were all thinking. They are not showing us their real military. They are testing us. These are experiments. The silence that followed could have smothered stars. Then the humans made contact. Not through official channels. Not through diplomatic protocols. They hacked every broadcasting system in the Empire simultaneously and displayed a single message. It was Commander Reeves again, but she was not on a ship. She was standing in what looked like a garden, sunlight filtering through green leaves, wearing casual clothing instead of her uniform. She looked relaxed. She looked happy. Morlaxian Empire, she began, and her voice was gentle, almost kind. You still have a chance to stop this. Pull back from Kelter. Pay reparations. Agree to peace talks. We will accept your surrender with dignity and honor. Threxis, what was left of him after 3 fleets had been obliterated under his command, actually reached for the communication controls. I saw his hand move. I saw him about to accept. But Emperor Kallax himself burst into the council chamber, his royal guards flanking him, his face twisted with rage. Surrender. To these primitives. Never. I will see their worlds burn before I bow to humans. Reeves, somehow hearing him through the one-way transmission, smiled. That same small, sad smile. We hoped you would choose differently, she said softly. For what it is worth, I am genuinely sorry. Humanity out. The screen went dark. What followed was not a war. Wars have battles, strategies, victories, and defeats on both sides. What the humans did to us was something else entirely. Something precise and surgical and absolutely merciless. They did not attack our military installations anymore. They did not need to, we had barely any left. Instead, they targeted our logistics. Our supply lines. Our communication networks. Our financial systems. Within 3 weeks, the Morlaxian Empire that had stood for 4 millennia began to collapse from within. Planets that had been loyal for centuries suddenly declared independence. Species we had conquered saw their chance and rebelled. Our economy, built on conquest and exploitation, crumbled like sand castles in a storm. And through it all, the human fleets remained invisible, untouchable, unstoppable. I was there when Emperor Kallax finally broke. When he sat on his throne, surrounded by empty halls because even his personal guard had abandoned him, and wept like a child. How, he whispered. How did they do this? I had spent every waking moment studying the humans, reading every fragment of intelligence we had gathered about them, and I finally understood. Because they have been preparing for this since the moment they looked up at the stars, I said quietly. Every war they ever fought among themselves taught them something new. Every defeat made them stronger. Every victory made them wiser. They have been fighting for their entire existence, and they learned something we never did. What? That the most dangerous warrior is not the one who wants to fight. It is the one who really, truly, desperately wants peace but knows exactly how to destroy you if you force their hand. The formal surrender came 2 days later. Commander Reeves accepted it personally, and she was kind about it, offering aid and assistance in rebuilding. She did not gloat. She did not celebrate. She just looked tired. As I watched the human ships finally appear, thousands of them materializing from whatever impossible places they had been hiding, I realized they had shown us less than 10% of their actual strength. They had beaten us with their reserves. The Galactic Council has a new saying now, one that every species learns before they even consider expanding into space. Never ignore a human who asks nicely. Because if you make them ask twice, you will not get a third chance.
Hello everyone. If you are enjoying this video and finding it helpful, don't forget to support our channel. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, and share this video with your friends and family. Also, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. We regularly upload amazing, informative, and entertaining content just for you. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to bring even better content in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to our growing community.